Hey everyone, Latrell here. And it has been a year, and the year just started. We're on day 22 of the start of 2025. But yeah, it's been something. Anyway, the reason I am here is because yesterday something inside me told me that I should read one of my short stories for free. So I'm going to read it here. And the story is called Who Will Save You? This story is in the Karma and Other Shit anthology, which was released last year in March 2024. And this story was actually dedicated to, I'm going to say, the 92%. And if you don't know who the 92% is, that's okay. Then it wasn't dedicated to you. Not to sound mean, but everybody can enjoy the story. But once I start reading it, you'll understand why it's dedicated to the 92% because I am a 92 percenter. But yeah, so I'm going to read the story, Who Will Save You? I am going to do it to the best of my ability. Hopefully, I won't break, but if I do, we're human. This isn't a professional read along or a professional audiobook, so I'm just going to read it from my soul. So here you go. Who Will Save You by Latrell R. Morris, as read by the author. Copyright 2023. Murmurs filled the small field. The triangular silver ship gleamed in the summer sun. Fascination and confusion soaked the crowd. This couldn't be true. An alien ship standing in the middle of a field. Excitement such as this were years past. Lights raced against the aircraft and the crowd stepped back in awe. A large door underneath the craft opened in darkness, darker than void. The color was beautiful, like nothing they'd ever seen before. As the crowd glanced on, appearing from nowhere was a silver suit coming into view. The further it moved into the light, the more the being inside it manifest. Grass crunched underneath its feet. It mesmerized the crowd. A woman, 7 feet tall, statuesque and regal. Her skin glowed a deep golden brown, contrasting her silvery fitted suit molded on her body. Her hair was dark cloud against the light blue sky. She stood confidently, with her golden eyes examining the crowd. It made them gasp. Her long legs carried her forward, stopping 2 feet from the curious and enthralled onlookers. "People of Earth," she said in a melodic tone that would make anyone weep with joy. "I've come to collect the mothers and their seeds of Earth. The women you proudly disrespect and hold in unlawful and unearned ill will against. The women from whom you don't deserve loyalty or protection from. I've come to collect my star seeds, the women whose reflections mirror my own." Whispering broke through the crowd. Several looked on in confusion. Star seeds, mothers of Earth, reflections. What was she talking about? "It is not hard to comprehend the earthly words I speak. My words are clear and thorough. As they say, those who get it, get it." A teenage girl dressed in a red hoodie and jeans walked forth. "I get it," she said. The tall being bent down and came face to face with the teenager. She ran a finger over her sun-kissed cheek and touched the crown of her twisted hair. "I know you do." The being grabbed her hand and guided her toward the ship. There will be more, and all pain will be nothing but an earthly concept. "I like that." She smiled, released the being's hand, and walked onto the ship, disappearing behind the blackness. "Where are you taking her?" a man yelled out. The being twisted around. "Silence. You do not speak. I am not here for you." Another teenage girl moved from the crowd towards the tall woman. She bowed and the tall woman returned the gesture. I understand. The being moved aside and pointed to the ship. The girl smiled and hurried onto the ship and disappeared like the last. That's kidnapping, a woman called out. She twisted back, facing the crowd. As if any of you, she said, waving her large hand over the crowd, care anyway. Thousands of my star seeds go missing each Earth year, and not a word comes from your mouths. But as soon as one of my seeds acts like you do nothing but talk and talk more. Therefore, what you say now doesn't matter. Silence. She made a closed gesture with her hand and the crowd hushed. Only the wind talked against the grassy mounds. She scanned the crowd again and frowned. I am done here. No more of you, she pointed. Understand. She sauntered away back to the ship and disappeared into the blackness. The door slowly closed and the lights around the ship raced faster. It rose into the air and into a blink, and in a blink, the ship sped away. What just happened? The man from the prior called out. I don't understand. I don't understand. I don't understand. A chorus of confusion grew over the crowd. Who will save you now? So that was Who Will Save You, a very short story that is featured in Karma and Other Shit. So if, like I said in the beginning, if you understand why it's dedicated to the 92%, then you get it. But this story was actually supposed to be a part or like a prequel to the 3-part sci-fi suspense horror series that I was working on. I already have the first book done. I was in the middle of the second book when the second book started to mirror too much of real life, and I had to stop because I didn't feel comfortable continuing. But I will continue writing it because I don't want what's happening now to stop my creative mind or my ideas of the story. But part 3 was supposed to be a happy ending, so it wasn't all doom and gloom. It was maybe a happier ending for certain people, but we're in part 2 of my story. But funny enough, part 1 hasn't really happened, but it kind of feels like it's going in that way with the technology, and then the beings that are have been appearing late last year, and the information that has been disclosed to the public about said beings. So yeah, I will say I've started writing this back in 2023, so it's just really, really strange or kind of eerie actually, that the stuff I had in my head is kind of happening in a way. And I discussed this with someone before at a little meeting. I was at a reading meeting, and she said that it's not uncommon. It's not that, it may not be that I'm, psychic, not claiming to be, but I recognize patterns. And it's kind of true. I do recognize patterns. That's the first thing I look for when I'm trying to solve a puzzle. I look for the patterns. So, like I said, it will have a happy ending, and I'm hoping that happy ending that I have in my head, or actually I have some of part 3 on paper, hope that it comes true. But other than that, I hope you all enjoyed listening to Who Will Save You. Like I said before, it is a part of my horror anthology, Karma and Other Shit. It is chapter 9, story 9. And I hope that you all pick up the book and read all of it for yourselves, because a lot of it does have to do with present stuff that's going on or have been going on the past couple of years. I like to write from a real life scenario but put horror to it, so that's me, that's who I am. And I want to thank everyone that has supported me, be it purchasing my books, supporting me on social media. I really appreciate it. And I will talk to you all later. Bye.